Make sure and flip my sound. See what we got here. We're good? It's High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. Join us all winter long as we feature live San Juan and Monticello basketball. Now, without further delay, we send you courtside for tonight's action Welcome to High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is Rhett Sifford welcoming you live to the San Juan High School gym for the first High School Hoops broadcast for the San Juan Broncos this evening. This season, I should say, and I am joined once again this year by Bobby Bowering. Bobby, it's good to be together again, and you guys are just immediately right off the football field after winning a state championship, and fun to be back together again doing a little bit of basketball here tonight.
Yeah, for sure. I'm excited to be here. A little bit of a brain change here, trying to get into basketball mode, but it's always a good thing. So
yeah, I'm going to try to figure out if I can hit the right buttons here tonight. That's going to be the main challenge, and we'll see how it works out. But we've obviously missed the first two games of the season for San Juan. The Broncos 1-1 as they come in tonight with a win over Wayne before Thanksgiving, and then a loss, oddly enough. We were talking about this off the air to Green River, and that's a rare matchup against a 1A team, and the Broncos didn't have their best game apparently and suffered a 54-53 loss. I wondered if that was in overtime when I saw the score, but it was in regulation, so a tough loss, and the Broncos going to try to bounce back from that tonight against a Millard squad that has had a tough last year and has started the year a little bit tough with an 0-3 start this season. Braxton Syrett, very similar to San Juan's head coach Easton Nielsen in his second year, and he is also still looking for his first win as a head coach. They went 0-24 last year and have started the year 0-3, Bobby, so this is a team that's looking to break through, obviously.
Yeah, I think so too, and still really early on for both of these teams, so I'm sure there'll still be a lot of kinks that each one of these coaching staffs are trying to work out with their kids, and but it should be a fun one. I think San Juan's excited to come back and see if they can get that bad taste out of their mouth from Green River last week and see if they can kind of find a stride here tonight.
All right, we're going to take a look at Millard as we open up the High School Hoops pregame show. Even saying High School Hoops is going to be tough. We've been saying Friday Night Lights all year, so I want to take a look at this team. And I did get a chance to have a good chat with head coach Braxton Syrett just a little bit ago. Here's what he has to say as his team gets set to go here tonight against the San Juan Broncos. Coach, thanks for chatting with us. Early in the season, you guys are still looking for your first win this year. Tell me a little bit about this team this year.
Yeah, they're coming together. We're still pretty young. We've only got the two seniors, and most of us are juniors. Still kind of learning to play, learning our identity. We had a good game against Panguitch. Looking for that. We had a couple players missing for Bryce Valley. We were thinking maybe that was it, and we were definitely came out. But yeah, I mean they're small, they're feisty, well, we're just going to keep pushing through, and that's one thing I love about these guys. They're never quitting. So,
what are the strengths of this team?
Their intensity. At times they definitely we're small, we're fast, we're feisty. They got, like I said, they don't ever quit. Whether they're down 40. I've watched it where they continue to play and try and claw their way back in the game, and so just that, their heart, they want to win, and that's going to help us for sure.
Well, I know it's early on, like we said, but what are the things that you feel like you need to work on in practice and between games?
Yeah, rebounding. I mean, rebounding's really hurt us. We're small, like I said, so rebounding, boxing out, limiting opponents to, one shot, not 3-4 possessions, and just coming out every quarter with that same intensity that they have. Don't ever take possessions off, because we don't get a lot of them. So,
well, this will be one of those games early in the year where you get a challenge against a team that's not in your region. I don't know how much of a look you've had at San Juan, but what do you feel like you guys have to do to get against them tonight?
Yeah, I mean, we know they're coming off of football season right now. We've luckily had the entirety of the season. We've been able to have our players, but San Juan, I mean, they've just really started playing basketball a couple weeks ago since they played in that championship game, and
then they went and ate a bunch of turkey too.
Yeah. So I mean, we definitely have that, and but they're physical. We got to make points. They've got a really good team where they score the ball. I mean, if we're going to win, we've got to score. And we got to keep them off the boards and get out to their shooters. I know they got a couple shooters that, if they get hot, there's no stopping them. So Easton's done a great job with them, and I like I said, they're a phenomenal team. And once they get going, we got to limit them to one possession, keep them off the boards, and just play. Put some pressure on them for sure.
Well, we can only hope that the varsity game's as exciting as the C and JV game have been. These things have been barn burners, man.
Yeah, they're great. I mean, that's what you want, right? You want, no matter what. I mean, hey, San Juan came out with this freshman victory, C game, and but man, it was good the whole time. Everybody, the crowd, everybody's getting into it, and that's what you want. As much fun as it is for a blowout game. That's where I feel like you learn the most between your teams is those close games. You can learn a lot from them. So,
Coach, we appreciate it. Good luck. Have fun out there tonight, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And we want to say thanks to the coach for chatting with us before the game tonight as we get set to go. Taking a look at the stats for the Millard Eagles, and it's Dirk Mimmet who's leading the scoring for them with 40 points in their first 3 games. And then you've got Noah Rowell, who's got 39 points in the first 3 games. So those 2 players averaging right around 13 points per game for the team. And those are the 2 main guys for this Eagles squad. It looks like it's number 3, James Ralphs, the junior, who has 15 points in the first 3 games. Excuse me, but Stockton Stevens with 13 points as well, or 13 points, I should say. And then one final guy who's kind of helping to lead the stats. These are all your starting 5. Rogan Blad has 13 points also. So, Bobby, it's a team that's obviously looking for a way to manufacture some offense. You heard Coach Syrett talking about the rebounding has hurt them, the boxing out. So that's something they're going to be working on throughout the season, I would imagine.
Yeah, for sure. And he did allude that his team was a little bit smaller, and so I'm sure they're going to have a different style of ball tonight, a little bit more scrappy, and probably try and get after it, get up and down the court, and see if they can tire San Juan out.
All right, that's a look at the Millard Eagles on the High School Hoops pregame show tonight. I think we're just going to keep it right here and go right into San Juan. We already mentioned they're 1-1 on the year heading into this game. Easton Nielsen in his second year coaching the team. He's 11-16 in his career, his short career so far, and looking to get above 500 this season. He's done some good things with this team. He's assisted by Nate Enerson, Ryan Palmer, B.J. Grover, and Jacob Mika. So he's got a good staff, and they're looking to have an excellent season this year, obviously, and in this game that will be a little bit of a prelude to the 2A, 3A preview that we'll head to this weekend in Richfield at the Sevier Valley Center. We did get a chance just a little bit ago to talk with Coach Nielsen, and it was our first chat with him this season. Here's what he has to say as we get set to go tonight. Well, Coach, it's good to finally get a chance to chat with you. I know you've got a couple games under your belt already. Tell me about this team this year, and obviously they're just coming right off the football field onto the basketball court.
For sure. I mean, that's a battle we face every year. We're happy to face it because we love to see the success those guys have in the fall. But it does generally take us a couple weeks to iron out some of the kinks in the offenses and the defenses and get our legs under us. And so, opening week, if I had to summarize how I feel about this team, I feel like we have a lot of work to do, but I feel like we have a lot to work with. And that's a good feeling. I think that this group has a high ceiling, and if we can continually grow through the year, that we're going to be able to do some pretty good things.
What have been the things that you've seen so far that you've liked here early part of the year?
Well, number one, I mean, we just have a group that has the ability to play very physical. At every level, we have a lot of size, the guard level, the post level, and at the same time, we've got guys that can play with speed, they can play with pace, so it gives us a lot of options. Up to the, so far, we've done a good job dominating some of those areas where physicality matters with rebounds and even turnovers, transitions, some of those things we've done a good job with so far. Need to get our legs under us a little more with our shots and obviously get more settled with our offenses and defenses, and we'll be in good shape.
Yeah, and you mentioned a couple things there, but and I know it's early, but what are the things you don't like so far?
I mean, so far defensively, I won't even sugarcoat it. We've been bad. specifically in the areas of keeping the ball handler in front of us. We gamble too much. Against ball screens, we've been very weak in how we handle those. And so all of the coverages that we've shown in those ball screens have been ineffective just because we haven't shown in that area the level of physicality that I hope we can get to. So those are some areas where we want to see a lot of improvement.
Well, we know it's a process, an all-year process, where I know last year you guys were improving each game. You had some ups and downs, but that's something that comes throughout the year.
Absolutely. Our perspective is we want to get our team to be their best. That's our primary goal. And if we do that, then wins and losses will obviously take care of themselves. But those are a byproduct to the goal we're trying to achieve. We have a group in front of us that we want to develop. We want to help them grow. If we can get that group to reach their ceiling and get close to it, we believe we have a group that'll be very competitive.
Well, it's a team game, obviously, but has there anybody been standing out to you here early?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we've got a lot of standouts. I mean, Trip Palmer can do some things that not everybody can do. He's been very effective so far. And then we've just had, I like a lot of what we're getting as far as Cole Duke's minutes. He's been very hard and physical. Defensively, he's been good. He's got a nose for finding the ball. I could go on and on and on. Jagger's given us great minutes at times. He's done some very good things. His ability to finish, I believe, is going to be better this year than it was last year. And I'm proud of the work he's put in there. And George McNaughton, he's finally gotten to a point where his motor's always been there, but he's got a little bit of footwork and a little bit of ability now to go with that have made him a lot more effective. So we're excited about all those and everyone else in the crew too. So.
You guys are gearing up for a challenging trip to Ridgefield this weekend. What do you want to do tonight against Millard here at home?
I mean, obviously we want to come out and set the tone. We want to show growth on defense from our opening week. Offensively, to tell you the honest truth, I feel very confident in our ability to score the ball against anybody. And even in these first two games, as clunky as it's been, putting up 60 and 54 or whatever it is we've put up, I mean, that's not a bad place to be in the early part of the year where we're still shooting 35% and still putting those numbers up. And so I really believe offensively we're going to be able to score the ball. I want to see a growth on the defensive side of the ball.
All right, Coach, we appreciate it. Have a fun game out there tonight, man.
Thank you.
And a big thanks to Coach Easton Nielsen for chatting with us. We're getting the starters here now. And the Millard starters have already been called. Here are the San Juan starters. It's number 31, 6'1", junior guard Cole Duke. Number 55, the team's leading scorer, 6'4", junior forward Trip Palmer. Number 3, and all these guys were on the football field this year as well. It's kind of rare to see all the basketball players without one that wasn't on the football field, as Jake Ivins is called, the 5'10" senior guard, wearing number 3. Number 2, 6'1", junior guard Jagger Neves. We've called his name a lot over the past 3 months. And finally tonight, we've also called this guy's name a lot, 6'1", senior forward Jayton Knight, wearing number 5. So that's the starters for the Broncos. I'll try to get to Millard. We're going to be calling their name here as we get started as well. So those are the starters out on the floor now as we get set to go. My first look at the San Juan Bronco boys basketball team this year, and we are underway. Millard winning the opening tip, so they will possess first. Work it down underneath the basket. Little handoff underneath there, and scoring the first bucket of the game is number 24, Stockton Stevens.
Yeah, Millard coming out of the gates really hot, doing a good job getting the ball underneath and taking a good high percentage shot.
Trip Palmer tried to answer, but his effort is a little bit short off the front of the rim. Now a drive to the basket, missing the shot is Dirk Mimmet, rebounded by San Juan. So a rebound for each of these two teams now as the Broncos work it back in. Here's a 3 on the way, and that's good for Trip Palmer. And the Broncos take their first lead of the game with that bucket.
Yeah, that's what's so tough about Tripp. He's a threat underneath the basket, but he can spread you out as well and hit those shots. It makes it really tough for defenses.
There's a steal for San Juan, and the Broncos will work it back down the court. Little drive underneath the bucket. Missing the effort was Jagger Neves, and it's rebounded by the Millard Eagles, and now they throw the ball away on the baseline over here. And that'll be coming the other way for San Juan. We're just over a minute in. The Broncos leading 3-2.
A really fast-paced game here. I imagine this is going to settle down here soon. A lot of high energy coming out of the gate. So
I'm still just trying to find my buttons here, Bobby. So it's going to take a minute to get back into the swing. But the Broncos have it in the offensive end. I thought that was going to be an alley-oop there, but Trip Palmer goes up for the shot to the left of the bucket here, draws the first foul of the night. He'll go to the line and shoot a couple.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell early on here, a lot of this offense from the Broncos is kind of running through Trip, trying to get him the ball underneath, spreading him out, doing a lot of things. You know, he's going to be a big component to, I think, the success of the Broncos tonight.
Well, he's got the first 3 points, make it 4 as he drains that first foul shot. The Broncos have a 2-point lead, 4-2. 6:41 remaining in the opening quarter, so we're just underway. This is our first San Juan Bronco High School Hoops broadcast of the season. Palmer makes both of those foul shots, so San Juan up by 3 now, 5-2.
And San Juan's coming out, and it looks like it's this 1-3-1 defense. It's kind of designed to try and trap the corners and stuff. I'll be interested to see how Millard kind of handles it.
They're going to handle it all right there. Perfect. As they pass it underneath the basket, and Noah Rowell gets a easy layup. We'll bank it off the glass actually that time, and San Juan now with the 1-point lead, 5-4 as the Eagles answer. Palmer has it, spinning in the lane, and the fade is good. So you said it, Bobby, it's all Trip Palmer right now. He's got all 7 of their points.
Yeah, interesting. Millard was playing his zone up to that point. They went to a man-to-man, and nothing against Millard, but I just don't see anybody out there that can really just match up well with Trip. So you might see him getting out of that man-to-man defense pretty quick.
Yeah, you're seeing the effects of what Coach Syrett called a small and scrappy team out here when it comes to defending Trip Palmer. And the Broncos, it's surprising some of the height, some of the length that some of these football players had, even Jagger and Jayton. You know, when I go down and stand next to them, they're taller than me. So, and there's Jayton hitting a 3 out of the right corner. So the Broncos having no shame in the long ball here early. They lead at 10-4.
No, the Broncos offense is operating really well. That was a good look by Jagger right there to get that kicked out. Good job for Jayton for knocking the shot down.
And who is this? Is that Cole Duke getting the foul?
Cole, yep.
So Duke gets the foul for San Juan on this reach in, and the Eagles will reset it in the offensive end. Lob it into the paint, now send it back out to the top of the key. Across the top of the key, it goes right wing now for Mimit. Dump it up to the top of the key again, down into the left corner. San Juan doing a good job keeping him on the perimeter temporarily. Now a shot is up for Noah Rowell, no good. Rebound for San Juan, and the Broncos coming the other way in quick transition. Trip Palmer draws a foul on the floor, and that'll be the second foul for the Eagles as it goes against Noah Rowell.
I like Cole Duke. He gets the rebound, and he pushes the ball down the court really, really fast.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the best way to, get after a defense is keep them on their heels.
Now the Broncos will inbound in the offensive end. A corner 3, no good for Jayton Knight. They battle for the rebound, and it's finally going to come down to the Eagles. That took a long time to happen, but Millard finally gets their 3rd rebound of the evening, and now they'll work it in the offensive end. This ball deflected out of bounds over on the far side by Jagger Neves, and so it remains in the Eagles' possession with 4:50 left in the opening quarter. They'll lob it high and into Connor Stevens. He finds a man open temporarily to the right of the bucket. They'll kick it back out to Stevens for 3. He airmailed that one, and the Broncos pulled down the loose ball. I guess you can't count that as a rebound. There was no rebound. And now the ball's kicked out of bounds by the Eagles as Jagger Neves is trying to cross over it. Jagger Neves is limping now. We'll keep an eye on him. I'm sure he'll be all right. He's pretty tough.
He's a tough one. He's a dog is what we like to call him.
Yeah, and these kids are made of rubber anyway at this age.
Oh, so. Yeah.
So San Juan, now it's knocked away from Jayton Knight, and he swats at the ball, committing a foul as Noah Rowell had stolen it away from him. And so that'll be the second foul for San Juan, first of the evening for Jayton Knight.
Here come our first subs of the game for both teams. Looks like we get George McNaughton in the game here for Cole Duke. You heard Coach Nielsen talking about it early, but really impressed with how George has been able to perform for him this year. So be looking to see how he does out here.
And the Eagles will work it through the paint, but missing the shot on the way through. And the Broncos get that rebound. So this is maybe what Coach Syrett was talking about. There have been some good opportunities for the Eagles here early, but they're not able to finish on those shots from close in. San Juan has it set up in the offensive end. Shot clock at 20. Trip Palmer gets it left wing from McNaughton. Bounces it in underneath the basket. Can't get the little finger roll to go in, and on the rebound, a foul.
I mean, that's one thing I've really liked from San Juan early right now is they've just had really good shot selection. I feel like every shot they've taken has been a pretty good shot, nothing too forced. I think if they keep doing that, they're going to have a lot of success tonight.
Well, they get the rebound, and they'll send it in to Jayton Knight, who immediately drains the three, and the Broncos increase their lead to 9, 13-4.
Jayton Knight shooting the ball well
Yeah.
early on. You like to see that if you're Coach Nilsson.
Yeah, that's a pretty good transition from the football field there. Eagles have it back in their offensive end now. Dribbling it across the top of the key is number 4. I don't have that man on my roster, and there's a shot up. So I'm not sure who that is. I'll just have to.
Number 4, I think, is who that was.
Yeah, and I'm not sure who it is. So we'll just have to give some points to this guy I got for number 3. Broncos, meanwhile, miss a shot in transition, and it's rebounded by the Eagles, and they put up a shot no good. So we've got a couple of missed shots going on here. Let's see if I can figure this out. And San Juan ultimately has it back in the offensive end. And a drive through the paint, putting up a shot is Jake Ivins. That missed everything and goes out of bounds off the Eagles, apparently. So San Juan will keep possession in the offensive end.
San Juan's done a really good job with some of these out-of-bounds plays to get some open looks. So they're doing a good job getting set, too, down here. Millard seems like they're still a little bit frantic on the offensive side of the ball, but I think San Juan's kind of settled in, and they're running their offense, and they're getting good shots.
Speaking of, there's Jagger Neves draining a 3 off the inbound pass, and the Broncos up by 10, 16-7. I'm sorry, they're up by 9 now. That must have been a 3 then for that player for Millard, and so I missed that. And now you've got number 25 with it going through the paint, missing the shot. That was Hayes Stevens. And the Broncos on the rebound. Did they draw a foul here, or did it just end up going out of bounds? All right. So the ball goes out of bounds, and San Juan will gain possession.
Yeah, Millard needs to kind of settle down a little bit on offense. Just not very good shots, very contested, kind of rushed, it looks like. I think they need to get a little bit more of a rhythm on offense if they want to stay in this ball game.
Yeah. McNaughton dishes it out to Neves, who missed the 3. It's rebounded by Millard, and they'll work it back into the offensive end. Dishing it off now, it's number 4. I'm not sure who that is. I don't know. I'm guessing it's going to be James Rouse, but I'm not sure. They'll go left wing for a 3, no good. Rebounded by San Juan. And the Broncos in transition. Ivins sends it ahead. And Cole Duke misses what I believe was a 3 there. And the rebound, they battle for it. Finally, San Juan had it. And then we're going to get a foul here, I believe, on the Eagles. And San Juan will have it out of bounds in the offensive end. Jake Ivins will step in there to do the honors. Broncos will set up a play to trip Palmer, but a lot of traffic in there. It bounced away from him. Broncos were able to keep possession, though. Cole Duke has it out at the top of the key. Right wing now for Ivins. He'll dribble it back toward the mid-court line and now gives it back to Duke, gives it back to Ivins. Quarterbacking a play there, trying to get some movement here in this offense. And now finally we're going to have an offensive foul off the ball on George McNaughton. And
Millard,
that'll turn it back over, excuse me.
Yeah, Millard doing a good job. They switched it up to a 2-3 defense right there, and San Juan had some miscommunication there on kind of what kind of a set they were wanting to run and ends up getting that offensive foul, so it was a good defensive set for Millard.
So the Broncos up 16-7, and the Eagles bring it back into the offensive end. Here's number 10, Dirk Mimmet, their leading scorer. Tries to dribble around a double team, gets to the baseline, has to dish it off. Now a little shot from just inside the arc will rim in for Connor Stevens.
That was a good shot. That was really well contested, but way to get that shot to fall.
And the Broncos work it back across the line now, up 16-9. And we're into the final minute of this opening quarter. Duke with it. Top of the key, little reverse, hands off to Ivins. Almost lost the dribble, but hands off and turn to Neves. Duke was wide open, thought about the 3, got his man into the air, then he goes in too high off the glass. San Juan gets their own rebound, though, and Trip Palmer gets the follow-up shot to go.
And Tripp's really good in that mid-range, too. He can just get up and above all the defenders, and if he can get that shot to fall for him as much as he has been, he's going to have a good year.
Nice little drive, and a finger roll is good for Dirk Mimmet from the right side. That makes it 18-11, so suddenly Millard is back to within 7 here. And you can see the rebounding numbers. Right now I've got San Juan winning that battle 9-4 over Millard, so that's one of the things that Coach Syrett talked about that they need to work on. And here's an effort by George McNaughton. He didn't get it to go, but he does draw a foul, and he'll shoot 2. Foul is going to be on number 25 for Millard, Hayes Stevens. And McNaughton will go to the line for the first time tonight for San Juan. Broncos are 2 of 2 from the line to start the night. Make it 2 of 3. I shouldn't have said anything right there, Bobby.
It's the announcer's curse.
That's how it works, man. McNaughton going to try to make good on his second effort here. And he's unable. They both bounce off, and rebound for Millard, and an effort at the buzzer. Did they count that shot or wave the shot away? I don't know. Anyway, it was a rebound for sure, and we'll just give these players the benefit of the doubt, and no shot there at the end of the first quarter. It's 18-11 for the San Juan Broncos. We'll take a quick break and return to the San Juan High School gym. Stay with us. It's High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Red Mechanical specializes in commercial and large residential projects, providing our customers in the Four Corners area with reliable mechanical services since 1989. What was once a local plumbing company based in Blanding has now completed projects all over the Four Corners area. Our goal is to provide outstanding service with the right solutions, using the latest technology to extend equipment life and reduce energy costs. Give us a call, come by, or visit redmechanical.com.
Since 2009, Blue Mountain Hospital has set the standard for rural healthcare, bringing excellence in healing, quality care, and inspired staff to San Juan County. We offer the county's only accredited sleep center, compassionate labor and delivery, top-tier emergency care, and flexible dialysis options. At BMH, our comprehensive services are delivered by a passionate team. Visit bmhutah.org to learn more. We can't wait to meet you.
Well, Coach, it's good to finally get a chance to chat with you. I know you've got a couple games under your belt already. Tell me about this team this year, and obviously they're just coming. Welcome back live to San Juan High School as the Broncos open the scoring immediately here in this second quarter. Jake Ivins getting his first bucket, and the Broncos move to being up by 9 here as we're just underway in the second. Now, and follow-up shot is no good for Dirk Mimmet for Millard, and the rebound goes out of bounds on the far side, so the Broncos will take over possession in what has been a fast-paced game so far.
Has been. That was kind of a quick first quarter, and I don't know, I guess that's how both these teams like to play.
So Ivins will bring it across the line for San Juan. Hands off to Duke, now on to Trip Palmer at the top of the key. Tried to drive through Stevens, but was not able, and then kind of just standing there with the ball, has it stolen right away, and coast to coast goes number 4. Again, I'm not sure who that is. I'm just giving these points to James Ralphs, hoping that's who it is at the end of the day. We'll see. I'll check on that at halftime, but there's Trip Palmer answering. He got a nice little bounce, and I think that was a 2. It was. Palmer now with 11 points in this game. And that's half of San Juan's offense. The Broncos up 22-13 a minute into the second quarter. Meanwhile, here's Millard in the offensive end with it. And they'll work it to the right wing, now over to the far side. Underneath the basket with a nice pass, and using a little bit of force there is number 32, and I don't have his name either, so not sure who that's going to be.
A good ball movement there by Millard to get a good look underneath, and does it get the shot up over Tripp.
And the Broncos trying to answer. Jayton Knight missing a shot, however. The rebound is deflected into the backcourt, and I'm not sure, was Jake unable to get to that? Or
it looked like he was thinking it was going to be out of
backcourt.
bounds or backcourt.
Yeah, but the ref over here clearly signaled it was deflected, so I think, unfortunately, Jake gave up on that ball, and the Broncos now will turn it over.
I think he touched it right before when I bounced too.
Yeah,
if he
that's
would have
right.
left it, they probably would have got the ball back.
That's right. Well, Millard will have it now, down by 7, and 6:15 to go in the first half. And they'll work it to the baseline. Little fade, rims out for Hayes Stevens, and that's a break for San Juan as they'll pull down the defensive board and work it into their offensive end. Jagger Neves pulls up from 18 feet, misses. And the rebound is battled for, and now finally somebody went into the crowd over there, and looks like San Juan's going to get the ball ultimately.
Good hustle by Cole Duke. He's launching himself into the stands over there.
And no, it'll be Millard ball, so I guess the launch did not save the out-of-bounds play is what happened. So the ball goes over to Millard, and they'll work it in. And avoiding a jump ball that time, driving through the paint, missing the shot, and then somebody got rejected down there. That was Hayes Stewart who got rejected by Jagger Neves. Well, let's see here. The ball out of bounds for Millard, in favor of Millard. Sorry, Bobby.
No, you're good. They've been trying to get a lot of shots underneath, and they've had a little bit of success there, but a little bit tough when you got some big bodies down there like Cash Palmer and Tripp.
And now it looks like on the inbound we're going to get a foul here on San Juan.
I think that was on Big Cash down there.
So he's into the game for the first time tonight. Cash Money, we called him all year. I'm sure there's lots of nicknames that could apply.
Oh, yeah. So, some of them that can't probably be said on the broadcast.
I assumed. I assumed. There's a three, no good, off the hand of Hayes Stevens, rebounded by San Juan. The Broncos trying to keep possession here, though, as Miller did a good job to wrestle that ball away. And now the refs are going to talk it over on the far side.
San Juan's been a little bit kind of unsettled this second quarter. I thought they did get a really good job in the first quarter, settling down, running their offense and getting set, but it seems like they've kind of struggled to, get an offense set and kind of get some good shots. It's been a little bit discombobulated.
And the Eagles now have it set up and still down by 7. Nobody scored in the last couple minutes here. We're down to 5 minutes to go in the first half. Millard works it under the basket, and a nice play to number 32 as he lays it up and in off the glass. And Millard has rallied to within 5 now. The Broncos lead trimmed to 22-17.
Millard's done a good job sticking around this game, and they've had some really good sets against this 2-3 defense that San Juan's been running. Makes you wonder if Coach Nilsson's going to maybe make an adjustment, switch the defense up on him, because the last couple times down I felt like Millard's ran some really good sets.
Right. Well, Jayton Knight draws a foul as he goes hard to the bucket right here. He'll shoot 2. Looks like this is on number 32. And I'm working a little bit short-handed because, again, I don't have him on my roster, so I'll have to figure that out at halftime. And so at this point, I'm crediting a man with jersey number 34.
That works.
With his
Close
stuff.
enough.
Yeah, and I have to look. Maybe it's Jensen Davies. He's a sophomore who's listed on the roster, and there is no 4 listed on the roster. Don't you get a foul if you don't have a player listed on the roster? And I guess they probably have it in the scoring book.
As long as the books are good, I think you're all right. So
yeah.
They must be all right. Maybe I'll have to go down a half and check the books.
And I didn't see what Jayton did, but just looking at the scoreboard, it looks like he made both of those foul shots.
Jayton went 2 for 2. So good shooting by Knight. Knight's had a good night shooting, and Tripp's done a pretty good job offensively as well.
So it'll be Eagle basketball after what we have going on now, which is a timeout. And so we're right around midway through this second quarter. Broncos are up 24-17. High School Hoops tonight is brought to you in part by Bradford Tire at the center of it all at 39 East Center in Blanding. Colleen Kays, author of the 7 Dynamos of Organizational Power. Creative Floors, covering all of San Juan County's carpet and flooring needs. And Crowley Construction, dirt, roads, driveways, and more. For any job, big or small, call Crowley Construction. So it will be Millard basketball now out of this timeout. And they pulled to within 5 in this second quarter. The Broncos have scored most recently with those 2 foul shots from Jayton Knight, who now has 8 points. He's the second leading scorer in the game now. And the Broncos back up by 7, 24-17. Now a little bit of a dribble drive here to the right side for Hayes Stevens, and he ultimately puts it up in traffic and scores.
Well, San Juan switching to the man-to-man defense there, but still Miller able to get a good shot underneath the basket.
And now driving to the bucket, having the shot at least partially blocked is Jake Ivins. He goes down hard and thought maybe he should have earned a foul there, but at least the Broncos will retain possession as that goes out of bounds off of Millard. And now the ball stripped away from George McNaughton. He will draw a foul, and he will go to the line.
Well, it's a good job by George. He didn't hesitate. As soon as he got the ball, he went up for the shot, and I think that's a good reason why he got the foul. Hopefully he can knock these two down.
And let's see here. It is McNaughton making the first. And I didn't see who this foul is on, so that is the first.
32 again, I think, if the scoreboard's right.
32, yep. And looks like McNaughton missed that second. And now Jayton Knight has it. McNaughton gets it back, had a shot partially blocked. So I'm still trying to get the foul shot credited here, but let's see. So he made one, missed the second, and now the Broncos have the basketball again. Jagger Neves from three-point range will hand off to the top of the key for Trip Palmer. He looks for Jake Ivins, and it goes off Ivins' toe, but right to McNaughton, who spins away from a defender, misses the shot, and another effort is partially blocked, but it'll be a foul, and McNaughton will go to the line again.
Good job sticking with it. George doing a good job underneath right now, rebounding. He's been playing a pretty good physical game under there for the Broncos so far.
Yeah, the Broncos got a couple rebounds in that sequence, and that is ultimately what leads to George McNaughton being at the line right now, and he rolls in the first of the two shots. So the Bronco lead is increased to 7 points, 26-19. And second shot on the way for McNaughton bounces off, so he went 1 for 2 on both of those trips. It's rebounded this time by Millard, and the Eagles will transition into the offensive end. 3.5 minutes now to go in this first half. The Bronco lead is 26-19. On the right side, there's a handoff up to the top of the key, and now it's Noah Rowell throwing it to the far side. It's knocked away, but we're going to get a 3-second violation in the lane on Millard, and so that'll turn it back over to San Juan anyway.
San Juan doing a good job playing tough man-to-man defense there, kind of denying those drives. So I think we probably see Easton Nilsson stick with this man-to-man for a little bit here for the Broncos.
And Jagger Neves wide open. They just give him space. He floated up the three, missed off to the left right there. It'll be rebounded by Millard, and they'll work it back in. And there's Dirk Mimmet with a shot from three-point range, no good. Rebounded by San Juan this time, and so the two teams trade misses. The Broncos back in the offensive end with it. And Jagger doing what he does best, dropping that shoulder and putting a hit on right there. Drew a foul this time, and he'll shoot two. Oh, they're going to count the basket, excuse me. So he gets continuation. I didn't even see it go in. Holy cow.
That was a great shot by Jagger. I think he's
probably... I was just watching the hit, man.
I love seeing the shoulder drop.
Yeah, it's a good hit.
Coming in, but great job finishing through contact. I know Jagger's probably not shooting the ball as well as he wants to right now, but again, I mean, these kids have only been in the gym for a couple weeks, and that's going to come with time. I think nobody's really too worried about Jagger getting it figured out.
And his shot, however, is no good, and that's just what you said right there, Bobby. But again, the Broncos out rebounding Millard right now, and Neves is going to get another chance as he's fouled going through the lane this time. So the Broncos really doing an outstanding job rebounding-wise, and I don't know if they're just doing so well or if Millard's doing really poorly right now on the rebounding.
Well, you'll take it if you're Sam Walker.
Yeah, I guess so.
They've done a good job there. I mean, they've been crashing the boards really well, and then I like how aggressive they've been, you know, going to the basket and not settling for outside shots for the most part. So,
well, we got a timeout on the floor, and I didn't catch how much time is left. I know we're down to the last couple minutes of the first half here with the Broncos up 28-19, and when we come back to action, Jagger Neves is going to be shooting foul shots. We do welcome you into High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live tonight. We're brought to you in part by Dependable Auto Repair. Brad Stoddard and his crew get the job done every time. Flights Gymnastics, a proud supporter of local sports and a great start for your kids. Also tonight, Jones and DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life in the Intermountain West. And want to say thanks to all these sponsors for making the broadcast possible. And we could not do it without you, that's for sure, all the way through the football season and on into basketball now. And I know we're having a tough time with our audio stream tonight, so on the radio it might not be the best quality. I think we're cutting in and out, unfortunately. So we do apologize for that and hope you'll stay with us. Basketball games go really quickly, so we won't be on the air too much longer. But, yeah, indeed, having trouble with the audio stream tonight, so our apologies there. But we are back to action now after the timeout, and there's Jagger Neves draining the first of 2 foul shots. He's up to 6 points in this game. Toes the line. Second shot on the way, also nothing but net. And make it a 30-19 lead for San Juan. We're into the final 2.5 minutes now of this first half. And the Broncos have increased the lead back up to 11 after it had dwindled down to as little as 5. And now here's number 3. Guess what? I got a real problem here now because I've been using him for number 4. So I'll have to figure that out, I guess.
Yeah. San Juan came out kind of in a half-court pressure there, and it seems about every time that they've came out in that, they've given up an easy basket down low. So definitely something that I think they'll go put that on the top of their list for practice.
Yeah, I would guess so, as Millard draws a foul in transition here going to the bucket. San Juan had missed a shot. Looks like it's going to be on Trip Palmer. I have that as his first, but we'll see if that is correct. I don't know if you can see that, Bobby.
It looks like,
I think it's the one. We got to do some acrobatics to see the numbers here. And making the first of 2 foul shots is Stockton Stevens. So that makes it 30-22 now. And the second shot also good. I'm trying to remember the old rules now. I can't even remember the old rules for foul shooting and what changed. I have to rack my brain to figure that out, but I know that we've got 5 fouls up there for San Juan right now, so I've missed a bunch of fouls, I think, here. I'm not sure that my app is working correctly, but we'll have to see. There's Jagger Neves driving through. Baseline drive, missed the shot. It's rebounded by Millard, and they'll drive in transition, but a good job by Ivins to get back and plug that hole. Now Millard puts up a 3, and that goes right through for Dirk Mimmet.
Man, Millard just won't go away here.
No.
Every time you think San Juan's about to gap the lead, Millard goes on a little bit of a run here.
And they are back to within 4. San Juan's lead trimmed to 30-26 into the final 90 seconds of this first half. There's a nice drive from the right side for Jake Ivins and a foul. So he's got the 3-point opportunity here. And the foul's going to be on Dirk Mimmet.
Again, good things happening for San Juan, just putting the ball on the ground and going hard towards the basket. And Jake Ivins, see if he can make it 3 here.
He is at the line, trying to increase this lead back up to 7, and he does. So good little sequence there for the senior. He's up to 5 points on the night, and the Broncos' lead is 33-26. Minute 10 left in the first half now. As Mimmet spins away from Trip Palmer, misses the fade on the baseline, but following it up that time was Stockton Stevens. And it's 33-28 after that bucket. San Juan into the offensive end quickly, and a nice play into the middle for Duke, and he gets his first bucket of the night as he fades it from a couple feet in front of the bucket. And now we're going to get our first offensive charge of this game as Jagger Neves did a good job to set up in front of, I believe, let's see, was that
0?
Connor Stevens. So
yeah.
Connor Stevens gets the charge, and San Juan gets the basketball with 49 seconds left in the half, up 35-28. Yeah, this has been kind of back and forth lately. Like you said, Bobby, right now Miller just won't go away. So San Juan's got to keep working here. And there's a good little spinner from Trip Palmer. And he hadn't scored in a little while, but he's up to 13 points with that bucket now. Make it 37-28. Final half minute of the first half. Jagger Neves, somebody got a hand on that down there. Jagger intercepted it ultimately, but then he traveled with the basketball. That'll turn it back over.
Now, if you're San Juan here, it's been a good response to that last run. You got 2 really good looks from Trip and Cole Duke down there. If you can get both those guys rolling, they got a lot of size on them, and those are the kind of shots that you like to see fall for them. So,
well, Millard inbounds, and boy, that was a nice look for Dirk Mimmet, but he couldn't make the shot go off the glass. Pulled down the rebound by San Juan, and they'll work it into the offensive end. Now looking for the last shot of the half, up by 9 points, and there's a lob up for Trip Palmer, but that was too close to the defender. He tried to knock it away, but I think hit the man who was guarding him, and so Palmer's going to be called for his second foul of this quarter.
Just don't want to give them an easy one here if you're San Juan. You got 5 seconds on. You got a 9-point lead. Coach Nilsson's going to come up and apply the full court man-to-man pressure, it looks like.
So Millard looking to get the ball down court and get a shot here with just a couple seconds left. They do get a nice ball down to the baseline. The shot on the way is no good from Noah Rowell. And that will do it as the buzzer sounds to end the first half. And San Juan is up 37-28 through the first 16 minutes. Man, that was fast and furious and a little bit closer than I thought it'd be here at halftime.
Yeah, kudos. Millard's came out, and like I said, I mean, they've kept this ball game close. They've made baskets when they needed to. They've gotten some stops. San Juan kind of keeps trying to gap them here, but they're doing a good job hanging around. So if you're Coach Nilsson right now, I think your conversation at halftime is, you know, what do we got to do to put this team away? They keep hanging around, and we need to figure out what we need to do to finish this ball game off. So.
All right, well, we'll take a break, and we'll come back out with some first-half stats. I've got to go down to the scorers table and figure my life out down there, and we'll see what we can find out. Stay with us. We'll be back to the San Juan High School gym. It's High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
With a changing economy and advancing technology, it's time that marketing and selling of real estate in San Juan County catches up. Four Corners Homes and Property Management is changing the game. Every Four Corners Homes listing includes 3D mapping and virtual tours, professional photos, a digital and global 21st century footprint, and marketing exposure that makes it easy for buyers to find and identify what makes your listing unique. Marketing and exposure sells real estate, and if you want the best, you need Four Corners Homes on your team. Find us at fourcornershomes.net or call 801-404-0058.
Last year I was at my lowest, going through some pretty serious depression. A couple friends of mine stopped.
Life is a series of cherished moments, filled with milestones that define our journey. Moments of love, joy, and shared experiences. Each moment contributes to our story. As each chapter unfolds, our experiences shape us, defining who we are. When it's time to celebrate a life, ensure your loved ones are remembered with the grace, dignity, and individuality they deserve. San Juan Mortuary, celebrating life, honoring memories, transcending tradition.
For over 75 years, San Juan Health has strived to be the best place to receive medical care in southeastern Utah. With clinics in Blanding, Monticello, and Spanish Valley, San Juan Health offers a wide variety of services and world-class care close to home. Visit sanjuanhealth.org today to find out more. San Juan Health, chasing perfection since 1947.
You don't have to be sidelined by sports injuries in San Juan County. Precision Rehab provides physical therapy in Monticello and Blanding, as well as Montezuma Creek and Monument Valley, where our therapists have helped athletes of all ages get back in the game since 1996. Precision Rehab is dedicated to restoring you and your loved ones to peak performance when pain and injury slow you down. We offer innovative, effective treatments that make a difference. Treatment is covered by most insurances, including Medicare. Call 435-678-3869 for an appointment. That's 435-678-3869. Or find out more at PrecisionRehabUtah.com.
Here at Lisle Northern Electric, we take pride in our highly qualified team, dedicated to serving our community. Whether you need commercial, residential, or solar electrical services, our certified experts are ready to meet your needs. We are proud to support our community, especially our youth and high school athletics. Lisle Northern Electric, serving our community since 1957.
And back live to San Juan High School. We're going to show you the cheerleaders competing now or performing here at midcourt. And that was the San Juan cheerleaders. Again, we'll take another quick break, just kind of trying to figure out what we had going on in the first half stats-wise. I'm hoping to bring it back here for some halftime stats. Stay with us. It's High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
At Energy Fuels, creating opportunities and participating in the local community is important to us. Thanks to our dedicated employees, we're safely producing critical materials that support cleaner energy sources and a better planet for future generations. Knowing that the youth of today will make great contributions tomorrow, we're proud to sponsor San Juan High School athletics.
Looking to buy, sell, or refinance your home or property? Ask for the professionals at Anderson Oliver Title Insurance Agency. Anderson Oliver Title has provided title insurance and real estate closing services in San Juan and Grand counties for 25 years. Anderson Oliver Title isn't just another out-of-town company. It's the only locally owned and operated title company in southeastern Utah. The owners and employees at Anderson Oliver Title are excited to support our communities and are proud to support high school athletics and activities.
Super busy households need super fast internet, and Emory Telecom has just what you need with this special back-to-school offer. Right now, new customers get their first 4 months of Emory Telecom eFiber internet free. No term contracts, free installation, and equipment. Give us a call right now, 270-4021 in San Juan County, 259-8521 in Moab, or visit EmoryTelecom.com. Emory Telecom, Southeastern Utah's strongest, fastest internet connection.
Blue Mountain Foods is Monticello's hometown grocer and a proud supporter of our schools and sports teams. Blue Mountain Foods offers a full-service meat department, fresh deli, bakery, curbside pickup, and more. Check bluemtnfoods.com for weekly specials and online shopping. Blue Mountain Foods is open from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday at 64 West Center Street. Blue Mountain Foods, Monticello's hometown grocer.
No matter what you've got planned for the weekend, a home makeover, a landscaping project, a backyard barbecue, your neighbors at Red's Ace Hardware in Blanding have what you need. You'll find great buys on paint, tools, and yard and garden supplies. Not to mention grills, patio furniture, and pool care essentials. We carry top brands like Clark & Kensington, Craftsman, Scotts & Weber, and our helpful associates can answer all your questions. For national brands and local expertise, you can always count on Red's Ace Hardware.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Welcome back live to San Juan High School. It is the site of our high school hoops matchup tonight down here in Blanding, with the San Juan Broncos leading the Millard Eagles after 2 quarters, 37-28. I think I've finally gotten my life squared away, and we might have some actual stats to report for you. We'll have to have the iPad compute those here, and then I'll try to pass along a little bit of intelligence to you. It's all completely unofficial, of course. I do think I at least kind of know who the players are. And again, we just do apologize for the tough audio that we're having on the radio tonight. For those of you on the stream, you can see sometimes the stream is skipping, unfortunately. And so our apologies there. We will try to get that corrected before our next game. But we do hope you'll stay with us. It looks like we're in store for a good game here for the remainder of the evening. Just going to take a look at the scoring there in that first half of play, and it's Trip Palmer leading the way for everybody. He's got 13 points in the first 16 minutes. Jayton Knight has 8 for San Juan. Jagger Neves has 7. And then, boy, that's always fun when it just disappears on you like that. I don't know what to say. That's not going to come back. Man, I tell you what, it's just not going too well in game 1 here. Well,
first game of the season, got all these kinks.
It's just like it, exactly. It's just like it's the first game of the season. We may just have to abandon ship here because we're getting set to start the second half. We definitely pleased the sponsors quite a bit there, but yeah, I think we'll just start with the team here and try to keep pace as we get underway in the second half. And it's Millard basketball once again. They're going to put up the first shot, no good, from Dirk Mimmet from three-point range. It's rebounded by San Juan. The Broncos in transition as Jagger Neves spins into the paint, dishes it back out to Jayton Knight. He'll hand off to Cole Duke. Knight gets it back now as he dribbles it across the top of the key and then hands off to Neves. Neves hands off to Jake Ivins on the drive to the right, kicks it back out for Knight. He kind of lost the handle a little bit and hands off to Jagger Neves. They did that a whole lot on the football field this year. And Neves goes to the bucket and lays it up and in with the left hand finally right here.
Good job by San Juan being patient there. You know, they ate up almost the whole shot clock, but they waited till they had a good look and got a good shot underneath the basket.
And the lead is up to 11 once again, 39-28. Millard has it in the offensive end. That ball bounced around down there. Eventually came to Noah Rowell. He misses the shot. It's rebounded by San Juan. And the ball bounces free over here in front of the San Juan bench. And they'll say it's Millard basketball, deflected off the Broncos, so a turnover to San Juan here. And the Broncos out rebounding Millard right now, 18-10. Again, this is unofficial. And so the Eagles now have it in the offensive end, I should say. And it's dished back out to Dirk Mimmet. He'll go down into the left corner for Stevens. Pulls up inside the arc, missing the jumper. And the rebound goes to Millard here. So just as I threw out that stat, the Eagles get an offensive board, and it's going to result in some points as Connor Stevens hits the 10-footer.
Yeah, kind of a frustrating series for San Juan defensively. They're in that 1-3-1, and Miller keeps getting the ball down to the corner, and that's what that defense is designed to do, is to trap down there and not really doing a good job keeping the ball in the corners.
Meanwhile, Cole Duke with a nice drive right through the paint, and he lays that one up from the right side. So the Broncos answer Millard's bucket. Now the Eagles have it back in. And spinning to the bucket, scoring, and a foul is Dirk Mimmet, their leading scorer. So he'll go to the line with a add one opportunity here. The foul is the first of the half, I believe, and that's going to be on Cole Duke, his second of the ball game.
Oh, Miller's doing a good job. I mean, like I said, that 1-3-1, you're supposed to trap the corner there, but you have to have one of those defenders drop, and so as soon as they get to the corner, they're doing a good job rolling down to the bottom of the key, and they keep finding guys wide open underneath. Millard does offensively to get some good looks down there, so San Juan needs to make an adjustment there if they want to stay in that defense.
And Mehmet completed the three-point play. Now the Broncos have the ball knocked away, but they'll keep possession here as it goes out of bounds. Off of Millard, and so the Eagles aren't able to take it away from San Juan here. Broncos will inbound with 25 on the shot clock. Ball is deflected. Trip Palmer does a good job to come in there and corral that for San Juan. And now up to the top of the key, Jayton Knight bounces through the paint, misses the shot from the right side on the layup try, and rebounded by Millard.
Another good look there by Knight, just got to finish it.
And yeah, both teams have had their struggles at times doing that tonight. Early in the season, so that's maybe to be understood. Millard unable to make a shot here right now, but I finally know who this is. This is James Ralphs wearing number 3, and he bangs down the 3 right there. Another offensive rebound for Millard results in points, and that pulls the Eagles back to within 5 of San Juan here.
Yeah, not the effort I think Coach Nilsson was looking for coming out of halftime defensively. San Juan giving up a lot of second chances here, and it's really what Millard's been scoring on is a lot of these second chance opportunities here. So San Juan's got to tighten it up a little bit defensively here, get on the rebounds and get the ball back to their offense.
Yeah, I'd say if you're Coach Syrett, it's kind of hit and miss for Millard. There's at times tonight San Juan's been winning the box out rebound battle. I think both teams are kind of trading back and forth, doing what they want to do here tonight.
It's been a really streaky game. It's been really interesting to watch. San Juan will go on a run, and then Millard will respond, and then San Juan will go on a run. And so, yeah, again, this might just be whoever goes on a run to end the game here.
Yeah, and it comes down to just like on the football field, it comes down to those small things, rebounding, boxing out. Just, you can't give up on any play. You have to battle it from start to finish, and you can see when each team has gotten a little bit lax in that, the other gives the other team the opportunity. Broncos have it in the offensive end now, trying to answer Millard's 3. Jagger Neves, good drive to the baseline, spins away from his defender. He's fouled on the way to the bucket. He'll shoot a couple here.
Yeah, good job, Jagger. Looked like he got a little bit out of control there, but it's a good job drawing the foul here, and he seems like he's been getting in a groove here from the line tonight. So
nobody gets out of control like Jake Ivins can get out of control. we haven't seen that yet tonight from the senior, though.
No,
he's keeping it in check, but it's not the fourth quarter yet. So.
Funny story. I mean, going back to their very first game against Wayne, he came up to me and said, "Hey, Coach Bowering, I want to bet you I'm going to foul out tonight." And I said, "You can't do that. You can't bet on yourself to foul out." But sure enough, he fouled out game 1. So I told him I didn't want to take the bet because I thought he was going to. So
that's awesome.
He did a good job tonight, though.
Sure enough, he fouled out. That's so good. Well, Jagger Neves makes one of the 2 foul shots there. He's got 10 points on the night now. There's a shot that's no good, and the Broncos tried to save it from going out of bounds, and eventually Noah Rowell is able to score right there, plus a foul here. So an add one opportunity, and, man, Millard could make this a one-possession game right here.
Yeah, get second chance points. That one's tough because, Jagger's just making a hustle play down low, but sometimes that's the worst thing you can do is throw the ball right back into the guy right underneath the basket. So,
well, the Broncos get fortunate there because Rowell is not able to complete the three-point play, and the Broncos are able to pull down the rebound. So San Juan has it now in the offensive end, and there's a good little shot as he was flying by the bucket for Cole Duke. He goes high off the glass with that one, and he's got 6.
Now, it's fun to see Cole Duke kind of start playing with a little bit of confidence out there. He's made some shots underneath, and I think that's just going to progress as the season goes on.
Air ball on the 3 from Connor Stevens, but now the Broncos turn it over at midcourt, and the Eagles right back in the offensive end with it. Here's a pull-up from 10 feet. No good for Dirk Mehmet. Rebounded by San Juan cleanly this time. And the Broncos in transition. Jagger Neves behind the back with it as they slow it up, and now Neves gets a return pass at the top of the key from Jayton Knight. Trip Palmer. I'm surprised Millard was able to go up and block that pass from Palmer. And now we get a 3-second violation on San Juan, so another turnover against the Broncos here.
Yeah, Millard real quick to force a double team on Trip when he got that ball down low. I'm sure that's kind of their game plan now. playing this man-to-man defense. They did a good job kind of getting that double on him and getting the ball right back out to Jake and forcing a turnover here.
So Millard has forced 5 San Juan turnovers here in the second half. And the Eagles have it in the offensive end now, they're still hanging in this thing, down by 6. Broncos have maintained a little bit of distance, but the lead kind of fluctuating back and forth between 11 down to 4 or 5, and right now it's at 6. The Eagles trying to pull as close as they can, or as they've been in a while, although I think they were to within 4 right there. Now that shot rims out. A 3 from Connor Stevens, no good. Rebounded by San Juan. Coast to coast, Trip Palmer got a nice pass. He gets the bucket and the foul.
Good finish by Trip there. Way to just get out. I didn't see who got the ball out, but good job looking down court, seeing Trip streaking down the side. Love when you can get those easy transition points like that.
And the foul is on Connor Stevens, so Palmer can add 1. He leads scoring with 15 points right now. The Broncos back up by 8, 46-38. Man, these basketball games go a lot faster than football games.
Yeah, this one is cooking tonight, I feel like.
And Palmer drains the foul shot, so he's up to 16 points, leading scoring, and the Broncos have the 47-38 lead. 3:10 to go in the third quarter now, as Millard will walk it across. And it's Dirk Mimmitt controlling the basketball. Hands off to number 25, Hayes Stevens. Stevens will hand it down into the corner. Now Mimmitt gets it back. They'll dish it back out on the right wing, pulling up inside the arc from about 10 feet right there, and missing the shot was James Ralphs. And it's rebounded by San Juan this time. So the Broncos with 23 rebounds on the night unofficially, 10 ahead of Millard. Now a ball dished out to Jake Ivins. He missed the 3, and this time it's pulled down by Millard. Eagles in transition. And it's Hudson Heaton. I finally can call his name. I know who's wearing number 4. And he'll dish to the right wing. Noah Rowell misses the 3. San Juan pulls down that rebound, and we get a foul as the Broncos come across midcourt with it. And this will be the second on Rowell for Millard.
Yeah, that looked like a frustration foul to me a little bit. He didn't really try to hold up there, but San Juan's been doing a lot better job defensively getting rebounds off the first basket, and it's really held this Millard offense the last couple minutes.
And here's Cole Duke with it for San Juan after the foul for Millard. Jake Ivins on the drive. Little body contact in there, and I think that went off George McNaughton's face on the rebound. That was awesome. That was like a volleyball play, and he took a spike right to the grill there. I think that was awesome. But Millard ended up getting the rebound, and now draining a 3 is Hudson Heaton. So Heaton heats up right there. He's got 8 off the bench for this Millard team, and they're hanging in again. They're within 6. There's a shot no good from Trip Palmer as he's sliding through the paint there, and rebounded by Millard once again.
Yeah, not a great look by Jagger there. You probably want to get a little bit better of a look, set up some offense before kind of just chucking that one up.
Yeah, and sorry, I think I said Trip Palmer, but it wasn't, and I didn't see who scored that right there.
That was Cole Duke, and that was the assist by Jake Ivins. That's a good look for him. That was a good possession for San Juan.
Duke is up to 8 points now for this Bronco squad, and San Juan up by 8 again, 49-41. And now we get a whistle as Millard had it in the offensive end here. It's going to be an off-the-ball foul. Apparently on, is that George McNaughton they're going to call?
I think they did call that on George.
Looks like his second of the evening. That's what I have as well, so that's a small miracle. And that's a delayed reaction.
I know. I don't know why it took so long for me to click, but
Millard inbounds the basketball, and they've got a chance to make this a 6-point ball game right here. 5 of the 3. And they'll send it to the left corner now. Baseline drive, kick it back out. A couple of numbers we haven't seen a whole lot tonight working the ball right now. But now into the left corner, Hudson Heaton puts up the 3. Rims off, and San Juan gets the loose ball. They'll work it across the line. Jayton Knight was open. And, man, I was going to say, if they don't call that, he was definitely contacted as he goes up for the shot. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Yeah, again, I think San Juan, that's one really positive thing you can take away tonight is they've been really aggressive to the basket. They've been going up. They've been getting to the foul line. They've been making their shots underneath, and that's really what's been driving this offense tonight.
Knight's first shot rims off a little bit too long and to the left, unfortunately, for San Juan. Knight has 8 for the Broncos, but he'd like to add to that right here. And the second shot, nothing but net. So he corrects his mistake on the first shot. San Juan's lead up to 9 points now, 50-41. We're into the final half minute of the third quarter. And on the left wing, here is number 2. That's Camden Booth with the basketball. They'll go far side now to Hudson Heaton. Hands off at the top of the key. And the Broncos will now steal the basketball. And in transition, Jagger Neves can't get the wild shot to go, but he does draw the foul and will shoot 2.
A great defensive play by Jagger there, getting himself the good transition opportunity there. Hopefully he can knock these foul shots down. He's done a really good job getting to the line tonight, though, so that's good. Again, good thing for San Juan to hang their hat on.
So Neves, we'll see what he can do from the line this time, and he drains the first. 11 points for the junior. And yeah, at the line tonight, San Juan is 13 of 20, so 65% foul shooting tonight. And Jagger Neves makes it a little better as he drains both. The Broncos' lead is back up to 11, 52-41. That's been the magic number. I think they've gotten up to 11 on 2 or 3 occasions, and suddenly Millard will just start to rally. That one was just kind of wildly thrown up there on a prayer by Hayes Stevens. No good on that final shot of the quarter, rebounded by San Juan, and the third quarter buzzer sounds, and it's a 52-41 lead for the Broncos as we head into the final frame. We'll send it away for a quick break and return to San Juan High School for the final quarter. Stay with us, it's High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Desert Rivers Credit Union is proud to team up with the communities in our corner of the state. A nationwide network of ATMs and branches, full line of mortgage products, local decision-making, low fees, and great rates for every credit score are just a few of the things we bring to the team. And to top it off, we are for people, not profit. Come by and meet our team at one of our 4 branch locations or visit desertriverscu.com. We love our communities and are proud to support our youth.
Here at Utah Naval Health System, our mission statement is we exist to improve your quality of life through comprehensive, self-empowered, culturally sensitive, and amazing customer service.
Welcome back live to San Juan High School. It's High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live as we head into the fourth quarter now. San Juan Broncos leading the Millard Eagles 52-41. Broncos trying to move back above 500, and Millard looking for their first win in a couple seasons. And we've got a final to report for you. The San Juan wrestling team, the boys wrestling team over in Montezuma Cortez tonight, and they whipped the Panthers. 65-11 is the final over there. So congratulations to the boys wrestling team beating Montezuma Cortez in a battle between local teams in the Red Rock 92 listening area. As I didn't see what happened there. I think, was that a jump ball?
Yeah, jump ball. Got tangled up underneath after a miss.
I didn't see who missed the shot, but I guess it's not a huge deal. Maybe we'll just give that to McNaughton.
It was George.
Sorry, George. Wow,
it was him. Good guess.
Seriously. And then Millard scoring immediately. Here to start the quarter is Connor Stevens, drains a shot from the baseline. And so the Broncos in quick transition. Wow, Chayton Knight was on the run, had to stretch his entire body back to get that pass, and now we're going to get another jump ball. So alternating possession will go to San Juan here this time. And the Broncos will inbound from the offensive baseline. And the lead has been trimmed back down to 9. Just like we said, they get up to 11, and then Millard comes right back.
Yeah, just keep making runs. They keep keeping it close. They haven't let San Juan get too comfortable all night.
And now the inbound pass is tipped away and stolen. Dirk Mimmet goes coast to coast and lays it up easily. And the Eagles back to within 7. And now the Broncos have it back in the offensive end as Knight goes to Cole Duke in the left corner. Dribble across, hand off to Trip Palmer. Palmer sticks the booty out there, get a little distance, and misses the spin around shot, however. But the Broncos get a nice rebound and will keep it here in the offensive end with a new shot clock. And Jake Ivins sends it to Cole Duke. He'll just put up the 12-footer, no good. And another offensive rebound for San Juan. And now I didn't see who put that shot up, but they do finally score.
Jake Ivins got the rebound, went up. San Juan doing a good job crashing the boards offensively, giving themselves 2-3 chances.
Yeah, that was, I think, 2 rebounds there, gave themselves 3 shots, and now we get no shot here. It's going to be a foul, I think, on Jake Ivins here.
Yep, running through a screen, just like we like to see.
That's, and that's 2 on him. I missed a foul on him at some point, but yeah.
It's a good night for Jake.
He's way behind with only 2 fouls in this game. This is the 4th quarter. Come on, son. Millard has it set up now on the offensive end, and they thought about the 3 right there. Now they'll go down into the corner. Bounce it along the baseline. That stays in bounds, and the 3 is on the way from Rowell. No good. San Juan does a good job to pull that ball down. And now Trip Palmer thought about the jam, I think, there, but then in mid-motion tried to lay it up, and it didn't work. San Juan got their own rebound. Jayton Knight misses a 3, and then on the rebound we get a foul on San Juan.
Yeah, we got to stop talking about Jake because there's another one on him. Oh, I was kind of hoping Tripp was going to go for that dunk. He's had 2 pretty sweet dunks the first 2 games this year, so hasn't had one tonight yet.
Yeah, we've heard about those. I haven't seen a photo or video yet, but we start showing up, and then he gets a little timid maybe. I doubt that, but there's a shot no good for Millard and rebounded by San Juan. The Broncos score and a foul coming the other way, speaking of Jake Ivins.
Hey, there's your positive side of Jake always putting his shoulder down. You know, he's going to get himself to the basket and good finish. Gets himself an and one opportunity.
The lead back up to 11. Guess what? 11 for San Juan. So if our matrix plays true, Jake Ivins might not hit this here. No, but he drains it. So it rimmed in for him. And so we've broken our streak, I guess, of just going up to 11. It's a 12-point lead now for San Juan at 57-45.
You know, San Juan's done a pretty good job. I mean, Millard has hung around, but every time they seem to make a run, San Juan buckles down and gets the lead back. They've done a really good job responding all night.
And Mimmet has the ball for Millard right now. Double teamed on the baseline, so he finds an open Hudson Heaton. Heaton unable to make the shot. They battle for the ball down here in the corner, and it's going to be, I think, a jump ball here in favor of Millard.
A lot of jump balls this 4th quarter. I think it's our 3rd one already.
Yeah, we hadn't had any all game, I don't think, till this quarter. A little bit of a wrestling match down there on the floor. And now Mimmet will try to find someone to inbound this to. He's running out of time. He does finally get it to Connor Stevens. And they'll work it around the horn here to the right side. Mimmet gets it back, pulls up at the free throw line and drains the 10-footer.
Good shot there. That was a really nice shot.
He's got 12. That leads scoring for Millard. And the Eagles back to within 10 with 5:15 to go here. San Juan's lead is 57-47. Trip Palmer on the dribble to the right side, hands off to Neves. Neves, a couple crossovers, has the ball swatted away, but he corrals it. Now he's out in between the top of the key and the midcourt line, hands off to Cole Duke. Now Neves gets it back on the left side. Into the paint, there's George McNaughton with a tough play. Can't get the shot to roll in, however, and on the rebound we get a whistle. And a double whistle.
Technical foul on Jayton. I kind of was looking over at this coach for Millard, and he was wanting something, and then referees gave it to him. He must have been John with him or saying something after the fact.
So the technical is going to be on George McNaughton
on
here.
George. I thought they gave it to Jayton the way Jayton was reacting, but.
And I think Jayton got the original foul is what happened. So there's 2 fouls on that play. So my guess is there's going to be 4 shots for Millard and then possession as well here.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see what George did for that technical, if he said something or if he's getting a little physical or
yeah, I think I could see him there at the tail end arguing, I think maybe the foul on Jayton. So I'm guessing that's what it was. Anytime you get vocal against a ref, you're going to probably be called for it. And making both of these first 2 foul shots is Dirk Mimmet. And I guess the original foul on Jayton Knight was not a shooting foul. And so Millard will just get possession here. So that was the case in that situation. Okay. And now it's a 57-49 lead for San Juan. So 8 points is the lead, and we're down to 4:50 to go in the ball game. And now We're going to get a foul on Dirk Nimitz, who offensively apparently used the forearm there to get a little distance and gets a little crazy when late in the game fouls start flying and tempers start heating up. We've been in some fun games here these last couple years, man.
Yeah, we have. And yeah, the intensity's definitely got picked up here the last couple minutes by both teams.
Jayton Knight bounds through the lane. They dish it out high again, and Cole Duke drains a three for San Juan.
Cole's been awesome tonight. I love the confidence that he's playing with. He didn't hesitate there. He had the look, and he pulled the trigger on it. That was huge.
And now Jayton Knight is shoved from behind. And as they're going for a loose ball here at midcourt, wowzers. This is looking a little bit more like what we saw on the football field this year right now. Knight's got the hair all fluffed up here. And
yeah, I'm here for it. I'm all here for it. I love this.
Yeah. That's the third foul on Noah Rowell, unless I've missed him. I know I've missed some fouls tonight. So they do call the foul. I think that's only the second on Millard here in this fourth quarter. And I finally remembered what it is. It's 5 fouls, gets you into the bonus each quarter.
Oh, yeah.
They reset at the end of each quarter.
And it's 2 shots no matter what. There's no more 1-on-1.
Yeah, that's right. My brain was back in the old days when you got 10 fouls to get into the bonus. No, it was. I don't even remember anymore. I can't remember what the bonus was back in the day. But, yeah, my mind's all mixed up about it. But I think I've gotten it straight now. But 60-49, back up to an 11-point lead for San Juan. Into the final, I don't know, I think we're around 4 minutes left here in this ball game. It's heating up a lot here in this fourth quarter. Gotten pretty exciting. We're starting to see people getting shoved around on the basketball court out here, man.
I know. Coach Nilsson was wanting a flagrant foul called on that last one.
I'm telling you, I mean, it was pretty obvious.
He probably had a little bit of a leg to stand on there. I mean, I don't think there's really a play on the ball on that one. But
no, I mean, Jayton was going to get that ball unless he was shoved down, and he was.
Yeah.
Now the refs are huddling at midcourt, making a game plan for how they're going to handle the rest of this deal tonight, I think.
I think so, too. I mean, they've done a pretty good job so far calling what's been there, and hopefully, I mean, but yeah, I mean, you can tell both these teams want to win. I mean, Millard, like you said, they haven't won a game in how long? I can only imagine how hungry they are just to get that first win.
I was going to say, they're tasting it here, man. I mean, they've been kind of within reach all game long. San Juan hasn't been able to put them away. And so Millard really, really wanting that first win in at least a couple seasons. And there's a nice drive on the baseline from Cole Duke, lays it up off the glass and in. 62-49 now for San Juan, back up now to a 13-point lead.
Man, I mean, we talked about it all night, but I know these coaches were really hopeful for Cole Duke coming in this year as a junior. They saw a lot of good stuff through the summer, and he's showing it tonight. He's had a great game, and I hope he'll play with that much confidence all year.
There's a shot no good for Millard, but a foul will put Connor Stevens to the line. And it looks like it's going to be on Jagger Neves. I have that as his first, but I'm sure that's not right. Like I said, I just didn't know.
One, yep.
Yes, it is. Okay.
First one on Jagger.
And that does put Millard into the bonus, so shooting 2 now is Connor Stevens. And the first shot rims in. Makes it a 62-50 lead for the Broncos. And the second shot is no good from Stevens, rebounded by San Juan. And the Broncos will work it into the offensive end as Jagger Neves tumbles down on his own, going to the bucket there. Lost the handle. Oh, but an absolute rejection under the basket here by Trip Palmer as Connor Stevens went coast to coast with it.
That was awesome. Good transition defense right there from Trip. You could tell he wanted that one all the way coming down.
Yeah, he was feeling that from back in his own end for sure. And now Millard will reset. There's a nice little pull-up in traffic for Rowell, but missed everything, and it goes, San Juan saves it from going out of bounds, I think. Now the ball is loose in the middle and stolen away by Millard. And there's a shot up and on the way, no good. Rebounded by San Juan once again. So a little bit of sloppiness right there, but the Broncos now will slow it up here in the offensive end. Down to the last 3 minutes of this game tonight.
Yeah, if you're San Juan here, you got a good lead. There's 3 minutes left. Take your time, get a good shot. No need to rush anything here. I mean, speeding the game up, I think, only helps Millard here.
And that time Trip Palmer missed the jumper. There's a shot high off the glass, no good from Connor Stevens. He kind of falls down after every shot, it looks like.
It's like Jake Ivins on the football field.
That's right. And now Cole Duke gets a handoff and just goes ahead and nails the three over there like it's his job. Cole Duke has now tied Trip Palmer for the scoring lead in this game. They both have 16 points apiece.
And fun to watch. Good game by Cole tonight. Good game by San Juan tonight. I think they're kind of starting to feel a little bit of a groove here towards the end of this one, but it's been a fun one to watch.
We get a timeout in the final couple minutes here. It's a 65-50 to lead for the San Juan Broncos. High school hoops tonight on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live is brought to you in part by Napa Motor Parts. Get everything you need in Blanding and Monticello. And Pick a Stitch Embroidery and Apparel, offering a wide variety of quality customized products. Also tonight, Primary Residential Mortgage. With 30 years of know-how, they'll structure the best deal for you. And San Juan Pharmacy, serving San Juan County and supporting local teams for decades. Big thanks to all the sponsors who make these broadcasts possible. And out of this timeout, I believe it's going to be Millard basketball after the score from San Juan. They're up by 15. It's their largest lead of the night now. And they'll get set to inbound from the baseline on the far end of the court. And it'll be Connor Stevens doing the honors. And hands off, and now they'll work it into the offensive end. It is Hudson Heaton with the basketball. They'll go down underneath the bucket. Nice little patience play for Dirk Mimmet there as he outweights the defense and banks that in off the glass. Now a touchdown pass here from Jake Ivins. He's apologizing to his coach before that one's even going out of bounds over there, as Cole Duke could not corral that monster pass from Jake Ivins down on the baseline.
Yeah, he has a good overthrow if he can get over the head of Cole Duke. He's got a good reach on him.
So Millard gets the basketball back and works it into the offensive end. There's a shot, no good from Stevens, rebounded by San Juan. Broncos in transition as Ivan hands off to Jagger Neves, and now Ivins gets it back. They'll slow it up here as he backs it up to the midcourt circle. No, they won't slow it up. He goes right to the hole like a bull in a china shop and kind of throws it up over his head, and it goes in.
A good finish there by Jake. He saw the lane, and he wasn't going to pass that one up.
He got to where he was supposed to be. It wasn't pretty, but he got it to fall. And it's 67-52 now for San Juan in the last 90 seconds here as Connor Stevens throws up a shot, no good from three-point range. Rebounded by San Juan. The Broncos work it back in. And barring some sort of craziness here tonight, it looks like the Broncos are headed for their second victory of the season as they just kind of take some time off the clock on this possession right now using the shot clock.
Yeah, good job again by San Juan tonight. They were able to overcome a lot of runs by Millard. Obviously, there's still a lot of things that you probably want to see cleaned up, but it's third game of the season, and those are to be expected. So, again, I think a lot more positive things to hang your hat on from this one than anything if you're Coach Nielsen and the Broncos.
Dirk Mimmet commits his third foul of the night right here. Maybe that's fourth. It looks like it's his fourth, as Jake Ivins will go to the line. I believe both teams not in the bonus. This is a shooting foul, so Jake Ivins drains the first. He's up to 13 points. Got 4 players in double-digit scoring for San Juan tonight. And not a whole lot of points off the bench tonight for San Juan, so it's really just been these starting 5 as Ivins hits both right here. So he's up to 14 points, 69-52 in the last minute now. There's a shot up, no good for Mimmet. They battle for the rebound. It finally bounces back out to Stevens. He drives the bucket and can't score. And San Juan coming the other way on this as Jayton Knight finds himself open all the way down to the bucket and lays it up and in. The Broncos lead now up to 19 at 71-52, so they're starting to go away quite a bit here in the waning moments. And they are guilty of a foul right here. Not sure. That's going to be Trip Palmer's third, I think. Yep. And the shot from the line, no good from Heaton for Millard. He will have another. Millard is in the bonus. And the second shot falls.
Yeah, Millard coming up, trying to get some pressure here. San Juan's got to be smart, just get the ball past half court. No need to rush here.
Yeah, at this point, the shot clock, I guess there's probably a 9/10 of a second disparity on the shot clock and the game clock here. So it's still on, but they are showing the same amount of time. And Jake Ivins has the basketball, so really all San Juan has to do is shoot with no time on the clock, and that'll be it. But they're just going to keep it here. They can't just let the time run out. They'll get a shot clock violation, I think. We'll see.
Now looks like that's what they're going to do.
That's it. They expire at the same time. They're just going to allow that, I think. And that'll be the end of the ball game. 71-53 is your final here tonight as the San Juan Broncos win their second game and move to 2-1 on the early season. We'll take a break and we'll come back with some final game stats and possibly a little bit of a discussion with Easton Nielsen, the head coach of these Broncos. Stay with us. It is High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
TaylorMade Wooden Heritage is the Four Corners source for high-quality, beautiful, and long-lasting custom residential and commercial cabinetry for over 50 years. TaylorMade Monuments designs custom monuments and headstones crafted with care and artistry to honor your loved ones for generations. TaylorMade is family-owned and operated and offers competitive pricing. Call them today for a free quote. 435-678-2523. TaylorMade Wooden Heritage and TaylorMade Monuments, proud sponsors of San Juan High School sports.
San Juan County Adult Education empowers students to gain the technical, business, or college skills necessary to enter the workforce. At San Juan County Adult Education, adult learners are given the opportunity to reach their personal, educational, and career goals. Students can earn a high school diploma, obtain a GED, increase their wage earning potential, and decrease barriers to self-reliance. To learn more, visit any USU Learning Center in San Juan County or email Gina Grover at jgrover@sjsd.org.
Compared to the vocational schools of the past, today's career and technical education courses span nearly every industry, including health science, business, digital arts, and computer science. CTE students learn valuable, real-world technical skills with a solid academic foundation while exploring career options or pursuing their passions. Did you know San Juan School District offers 19 CTE pathways for secondary students? To learn more, talk to a school counselor or CTE teacher today.
Welcome back to San Juan High School in Blanding, Utah, the site of our high school hoops matchup tonight on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live, and a 71-53 win for the San Juan Broncos tonight, and we're happy to be joined by Coach Easton Nielsen. And Easton, I haven't gotten a chance to talk with you until tonight, and now we get two conversations, so it's like a buy one, get one free. I don't know what's going on with my thing, man. It just decides to do its own thing with the stats. But, man, you guys had to endure a couple runs tonight from Millard, and you had a battle on your hands at time, but you were able to stretch it out there in the end and get the win.
Yeah, no question. That Millard team, I mean, I could see on film, you know, they get a little bit of a misrepresentation, maybe is what I'll call it, based off of last year. But they had a lot of young guys that are all back this year. They play hard, they play scrappy, they don't quit. And so I expected a battle tonight, and I was happy that they brought it.
Well, what were the things that you saw tonight that you enjoyed from your team, some of the things that you guys did well?
Well, a couple of the things that we did well, when we ran our offense well, we actually got a lot of really good looks. And I expected that, but I was happy to see our guys run through the offenses, especially in the second half, on critical possessions, execute it long enough to get the right shots. I was very pleased with that. For the most part, we rebounded the ball pretty well. I wish we would have got a few more offensive rebounds. But a lot of good things, a lot of good effort. Felt like our guys were playing hard and they were up to the battle.
Seemed like they got loose kind of midway through that game and started to feel a little flow, started to feel a little rhythm. You got a good game tonight from a guy like Cole Duke, who just started to shoot the lights out there.
Absolutely, and he's one that fits really well into our offense. You see how often he reads the floor, makes the right decisions on attacking the rim at the right time. He can knock down a three as well when we need him to. And I mean, you see 4 guys in double figures right there.
Yeah.
4 guys or 5 guys? 5
guys, yeah.
5 guys in double figures. That's the team we want to have. We have a lot of weapons that we have confidence in. And you kind of saw it on display tonight.
Yeah, I was going to say, early on, all the offense was running through Trip Palmer, and then it kind of started to spread out, and he ultimately got a lot of help tonight after it was all said and done.
Absolutely, yep, and that's what we expect. We want to be able to either use him to get the offense or use him to attract all the defense so the other guys can take advantage, and that's what we saw tonight. So
What things are you going to look at here for these next couple days before you head over to Richfield?
All defensive things for sure. We're still not there defensively. We're still letting down a little bit on drives, letting these cutters get to the rim. We need to do a better job eliminating offensive boards on their side. They got a few too many in the second half, so that's our focus for next week or for the next games.
Yeah, I think if you're Coach Syrett over there for Millard, you're telling you guys that you did the things you wanted to do, and sometimes, they did get some of those drives. They just weren't able to finish when they got up to the basket a lot of times.
Yep.
And you guys were kind of trading off. Both teams kind of went back and forth with that kind of thing. It was interesting. The first half seemed very streaky, and both teams kind of would impose their will, and then the other team would impose their will, kind of went back and forth there a little bit, but you guys were a little bit more settled in that second half.
Yep, we were able to get our legs under us. Again, it's about understanding what we're trying to accomplish. We ran our sets better tonight. A lot of good things to build on.
All right, Coach, we'll chat with you over at the Sevier Valley Center. Thanks a whole lot. Good win for you guys tonight, man.
Thank you.
Well, you're already working on the whiteboard here. You got your dry erase marker in hand already. Coach Nielsen's going to go counsel with the team in the lot. I think he comes to talk to us, Bobby, before he talks to the team, so that's a little bit crazy. But now he's going to talk to the team who's apparently waiting on him in there. So I guess he gives us priority. That's very nice of Coach Easton Nielsen to chat with us. We do have some final game stats, and, I mean, this was my first game back doing my basketball stat machine here, and I don't know. I think I got stuff right, some stuff right. We'll see. Let's just start it off with the scoring for Millard, and Dirk Mimmitt had a game. He tied the scoring lead ultimately. Trip Palmer and Cole Duke finished the night with 16 points apiece tonight, so that was obviously leading scoring for Millard. They got a whole bunch of players off the bench to play as well tonight. They spread it out a lot more than San Juan did, but 9 points for Hudson Heaton. It was 6 points for Stockton Stevens. I missed Connor Stevens. He had 7. It was a 5-point night tonight for James Ralphs. And looks like 4 for, I don't have his first name, but Davies scored 4 points off the bench tonight for Millard. And it was a 2-point night for Hayes Stevens. For the Eagles, they ended up shooting 34% from the floor tonight. San Juan winning that battle, shooting 46%. And let's see, from the free throw line tonight, the Eagles were 7 of 10. San Juan was 17 of 24. So they did get to that 70% mark. They actually finished the night 71%. That's pretty much right where you want to be foul shooting wise.
Yeah, no, I thought they did a really good job offensively. I mean, 71 points, you'll live with that almost any night.
That's right.
Put that much on the board. So kudos to the San Juan Broncos offense tonight.
And speaking of the offense, and you heard Coach Nielsen talking about it, all 5 of the starters ended up getting into double digits there late in the game. I guess Jayton Knight with those that last foul shot or those last couple shots ended up getting up into double digits. So I already mentioned Trip Palmer and Cole Duke leading the way with 16 each. Jake Ivins had a 14-point night. It was a 12-point night for Jagger Neves, and Jayton Knight had 11 points for San Juan. Off the bench tonight, George McNaughton scored a couple. Let's see, 3-point baskets tonight, 2 each for Jayton Knight and Cole Duke, and 1 apiece for Jagger Neves and Trip Palmer. So that's the way it went in a 71-53 final. It was fun finally doing a game with you again tonight, Bobby, and Broncos moved to 2-1 on the year tonight.
Yeah, no, it was fun. I think there's a lot of good things that these guys can use going into this weekend. Going to be some good games over this weekend from what I understand, and so I'll be interested to see how these guys do. And again, it's early in the year, so kind of just look for these guys to get better each and every game. It's a little bit different of a team this year. Last year, I felt like a lot of rotations, pretty deep bench. This year feels like they kind of just have kind of their core kids. You got George and Cash kind of coming off the bench supplementing, but really they kind of just have that core 7 right there and rolling with that. And so it's exciting and fun to see. I think they got a really good group this year. So
Well, fun game, ultimately a fun win for San Juan. Again, we do apologize for the technical difficulties on the audio tonight. In fact, I don't think the game's going to come to its completion on the radio tonight. So for those of you who stayed with us on the stream, I mean, ultimately the stream will be available online and it will be in its entirety without error. But, yeah, we're still struggling. We're still we had just started out the fourth quarter right now on the stream. So, yeah, people probably won't even hear me say this. So what can you say? But at any rate, it was a fun game. The Broncos win their second of the year as they head to the Sevier Valley Center. It'll be Carbon on Friday at 12:30 and then Delta Saturday at 1 p.m. Couple of afternoon games. We were kind of commenting before we went on the air tonight that they usually accommodate us long traveling teams and give us a 3 o'clock in the afternoon or 4 o'clock in the afternoon game. But, man, they don't care about us this year. We're going to all have to leave in the early morning. The team is probably going to go up and stay the night, I would assume. I don't know. Maybe they'll leave early morning on Friday. But at any rate, we'll be there to do the broadcasting. There's going to be wall-to-wall basketball this weekend. We've got the Monticello boys and girls playing in tournaments over in Uray and Ridgeway tonight, or this weekend, excuse me. So they're going to have 3 games apiece this weekend. The San Juan boys, we're going to be broadcasting a couple games over the weekend, and so hopefully there won't be any conflicts, but if there are, one or the other will be on the radio. Everything's going to be on StreamUtah.Live, so we invite you to join us there. And then, of course, the bonus coverage on Red Rock 92 radio right here. Thanks for joining us tonight. Want to say thanks to everybody involved. We had on the Stream Utah side tonight, we had Lane Palmer, Caleb Carr, and Cortland Lyman all working hard and trying to make it happen. And the internet difficulties here tonight are not their fault, so we'll try to get that fixed and see what we can find out. I want to say thanks to all the sponsors, too, as we sign out. We can't do these broadcasts without you. And we'll thank you one final time during the close here in just a moment. That'll do it for us here tonight. Again, we'll see you at the Sevier Valley Center for San Juan on Friday and Saturday starting at 12 o'clock on Friday afternoon. We'll have the pregame as the Broncos take on the Carbon Dinos over at the Sevier Valley Center. Until then, Rhett Sifford on behalf of Bobby Bowering saying so long from San Juan High School. Have a great rest of your Wednesday evening, high school sports fans.
High School Hoops is a production of Red Rock 92 Sports and StreamUtah.Live. Tonight's broadcast was brought to you by Anderson Oliver Title Insurance Agency, Bradford Tire, Blue Mountain Foods, Desert Rivers Credit Union, Colleen K, San Juan School District Adult Education, Primary Residential Mortgage, Energy Fuels, Emory Telcom, Four Corners Homes, San Juan Pharmacy, Utah State University Blanding, Creative Floors, San Juan Counseling, Holiday Construction, Red's Ace Hardware, San Juan Health, Northern Electric, Dependable Auto Repair, Precision Rehab, Red Mechanical, Flights Gymnastics, San Juan School District CTE Programs, Blue Mountain Hospital, Tailor-Made Wooden Heritage and Tailor-Made Monuments, San Juan Public Health, Crowley Construction, Jones and DeMille Engineering, San Juan Mortuary, Napa Motor Parts, Utah Navajo Health System, San Juan Credit Union, and Pick-a-Stitch Embroidery and Apparel. We're the home of live high school sports coverage in southeastern Utah, Classic Hits Radio, Red Rock 92, and StreamUtah.Live.